Morning all, hope you're having a good day. Daddy has taken care of the school run for me this morning. He came home from his night shift and said he'd take my daughter to school, so that's good. And then when he gets back, I'm going to go and do the weekly shop. So I'm going to buy an extra potty when I'm out today because I want to have one upstairs and one downstairs so that there's always one to hand. Because I'm finding it hard to catch her when she kind of needs to go. So I think I'm more likely to catch her doing a poo than I am doing a wee because that's a bit more obvious. So I want to be able to have it ready, not thinking, oh, where's the potty? Have I left it upstairs? Have I left it downstairs? So I'm going to get myself an extra potty ready for that. I've also ordered some stickers and sticker charts for her. So they should come soon. And in the meantime, I'm just going to keep giving her stickers and putting them on her tops for her to kind of reinforce that that's a good thing. I'm going to keep reading her story to her, her Princess Polly's Potty Adventure story, and just keep encouraging her like that. So she's in a pull-up at the moment because we're about to go out, and then as soon as I get home, I'm going to put her back into knickers. And then a lady suggested some pants which absorb a little bit more, but are pants for accidents out and about. So I'm going to look at getting some of them because they sound really good. Because that's the problem I think I'm having. Because I'm out and about a lot more than I was with my eldest, I'm putting her in pull-ups so that we don't have accidents in the car and things. Whereas I was at home more with my eldest, and it was in the summer. She was in knickers the whole time, out in the garden, so it was a lot easier with her. So it seemed a lot more straightforward, but it went on for longer. But I started her earlier than I started my youngest, and she's actually showing signs of wanting to do it. Hello, what do you want? Do you want me to come with you? Say hello. Oh, she's got a top knot in today. Let's see your hair. Show me your hair. What do you want? You want me to come with you? Oh, well, I've got to go. My Munchkin wants me to go with her. See you soon. So it's just gone 12 and this is the first time I'm sitting down this morning. I went to a bigger Asda's today, which is a little bit further away. It's about a 20-minute drive. I bought a potty while I was out today. So I've got two potties now. I've got one for upstairs, one for downstairs. And whilst I was in Asda's, I saw some potty training pants, they're called. And they were with all the swimming nappies. And they looked similar to a swimming nappy. But apparently when I read the packet, it says that they allow the child to feel wet, feel that they've done something. But it's not, it kind of absorbs the bulk of it, so you don't get so much mess kind of in your house, like when it kind of all runs out. But they were like $5.99 for one in a packet. So I thought, well, that's just ridiculous. So I'm going to have a look online, see if I can get anything a little bit cheaper. Now I know what I'm kind of looking for. And if not, I might just stick to knickers because I know, they know that it feels wet. They know they've done something. And I think it's kind of better than these pull-ups and nappies and things because they just absorb it all. So they don't necessarily know they've done a wee. So I'm going to have a look later online if I get a chance. And then if I can't get anything, I'll just stick to the knickers. And I'm now tossing up whether to put her in knickers when I get her to my mother-in-law's because she's got a potty there as well from when my eldest was potty training. And get her to keep putting her on the potty because this is what's happening. We're in and out all day and she's in pull-ups because it's easier just to put her in a pull-up because then I won't get a mess in the car, or if we're out and about, or if she's got to go to my mother-in-law's, she hasn't got to deal with potty training her. So I'm debating whether to put her in knickers when I get her to my mother-in-law's. So I put a post on Instagram last night to say that I'd forgotten how frustrating potty training was. I'd basically had her on and off the potty all day yesterday, and she wet her knickers 3 times, so she had 3 accidents. She's yet to even do anything on the potty, despite me keep putting her on it. I'm putting her on it at regular intervals. I put her on it about 3 times just before we had tea. Nothing. she had tea, nothing. Put her straight on it, straight after tea, nothing again. And then 5 minutes later, she wet herself. So I'm frustrated because I'm almost trying to catch her at the right time and it's not happening. So I'm like, if I could just get her at the right time and she'll relax and do a wee, I distract her when she's on there, give her something to play with, give her something, to draw or a toy to play with, sit with her, give her stickers, really praise her like, yay, you're doing it, well done, big girl. But I'm just not catching her at the right time. And I think if she can just go on it, that will spur her on to do more and know that that's what happens. Because when she is wetting herself, she's not liking it. She's crying and she knows that that's not nice. Because I've got her in knickers at the moment. When I am doing the potty training, when we're in the house, she's in knickers. So that's another frustrating thing. And I think that's why I'm struggling so much, because I'm out and about a lot more than I was with my eldest. So it is easy just to stick her in a pull-up. And then I haven't got to worry about her wetting the car seat. I haven't got to worry about accidents when we're out and about. So I really need to kind of maybe just stay in for a lot longer, maybe stay in for a couple of weeks and really get to grips with it. Just literally do the school run and that's it. Or shop, like shopping. I've been shopping today. But again, we've been out most of the morning. I didn't get home till gone 11. So I gave her lunch while I was packing the shopping away, and she's just gone up to her nap now, and it's 12 now, so I'm just going to have some lunch myself. Sticker charts have just come through the post. I ordered them yesterday, so they've come really quick. I ordered them from Amazon. So these are the charts. There's 4 in a pack. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and how many times they've been on it. And then these are the stickers. So you've got 2 packs of stickers, and there's several stickers in each one. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40. So you've got 140 stickers altogether. So can't wait to start using them. Hopefully this will help with the potty training. So the frustration with potty training continues. I literally had her on the potty for about 5 minutes. I sat with her. She was sitting on it. We were playing with her stickers. We were having fun. I then went to go to the toilet myself. She asked to sit on the toilet before I sat on it. Sat on it for a minute or so. Got off. Mummy had a wee wee. She literally walked out of the toilet and into the living room and weed all over the floor. I just cannot catch her in time. So the first pair of knickers is going into the knicker bag as we speak. And I'm going to go and get my Vanish carpet spray and scrub the wee off the carpet. This is a tea that I made. I poured it in just before I went for a wee. Now it's going to be super strong. I thought, well, I'll just have a wee, take the tea bag out, pop some milk in. But now I've been scrubbing the carpet. I'm going to have like stewed tea. Mummy life right there. So I've scrubbed the carpet with my Vanish carpet cleaner. New carpet, we've not had it long, a couple of months. Great. I'm like getting to the stage now where I'm scared to leave her myself to do a wee because I don't know what she's going to wee on. It's like I was busting to go for ages. I thought, no, I'll stay here. She might go wee in a minute. No, she might go wee. Couldn't hold it any longer. Put her on the toilet. She sat on it. Wanted to go on it. Asked me to go on it. I thought, right, I'll just have a quick wee. Then she's literally just come off the potty. She'll be fine. No, wee all over the floor. I think maybe I'm just going to have to keep putting her on it more often. I think I'm doing it about every half an hour to an hour. Maybe I need to do it a bit sooner, maybe every 15 minutes or something. The most frustrating thing is she's telling me when she's done it. So she's like, "Way, here you are, Mummy. I've done a nice big wee-wee on the floor. Come and clean it up." I don't remember it being this difficult with my eldest. It was quite straightforward with her. And I started her younger. I started her at about 14 months. It took her a long time to grasp it, but she was doing wheeze on it a lot quicker than my youngest is. But then maybe I just caught her at the right time, Maybe that's what I've got to try and do. Maybe put her on it more often. I'm just thinking out loud now and ranting, I think. Yes. stop ranting, drink your stew tea, get over it. Morning all, I hope you're having a good day so far. I have got some exciting news on the potty front. So I went to work on my late shift yesterday, and then I got a text from Daddy to say that she'd done her first ever wee-wee on the potty. So that was really good, so I'm really proud of her. And then today, she had one accident this morning. She sat on the potty and then had an accident straight away. But then I've just sat her on it again now, and she was just sitting there watching Peppa Pig on telly, and she pointed down and there was a massive wee-wee in the potty. So proud of her. So I've given her loads of stickers. She's had like 3 stickers in one go. Lots of cuddles, lots of praise. So I'm really proud of her. I think we're finally getting there. We're finally turning a corner, so she knows that she's got to do something on it now. Hi all. So was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I said about the potty training was going well. She was doing wee-wees in the potty. No accidents. I think she had 1 accident yesterday. Well, today we put her in a pull-up for the morning because we spent the morning over the allotment, and there's no toilets over there or anything. It's a bit difficult over there. So we kept her in a pull-up for that, and we were busy doing bits and pieces. And then she came home, had her lunch, and went to bed. So she's in a pull-up for sleeping at the moment still. So then when I got her up, I took her straight out to pick my daughter up from school, my eldest. So she was in a pull-up for that. And then when I got her home, took the pull-up off, put her in knickers, put her on the potty, didn't go to the toilet, came into the kitchen. We were colouring in at the kitchen table, and then she told me that she'd weed herself. Took her off, put her on the potty again, nothing. She changed her knickers, changed everything, cleaned her up. And then 5 minutes later, she did it again, weed on the floor again. So I put her on the potty again, reminded her when you need to do wee-wees, you do it on the potty. And she tells me every time when she's doing it, you know, so she can feel it. So we had dinner. I put her straight on the potty again after dinner. I sat next to her because she's more likely to sit on it if I'm sitting with her. So I sat on the floor next to her for quite a while. She was watching a programme on telly, no wee-wees. We got upstairs for bath time, and she weed on the floor again in my eldest daughter's bedroom on her little mat, so I've got to wash that tonight. And I was just so frustrated with it all, and just started beating myself up about it because Daddy, I'm like home with them all the time, and I was really struggling to catch her at the right time. And then I went to work for 2 days. Daddy was with them for 2 days, and she's weeing in the potty, she's grasping it, you know, and I just felt like such a failure because he can do it and I can't. So I beat myself up about it, and I got really upset. And then my eldest was really good. She stayed up and drew me a picture to cheer me up, and then I'm going to draw her a picture tonight so that she's got it in the morning. She wants me to draw her a fairy, so I'm going to draw her a fairy. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say how I'm feeling tonight. Feeling a bit deflated, feeling a bit rubbish, a bit useless. The ups and downs of being a mummy, I suppose. The ups and downs of potty training. It's only early days. I text my husband tonight. He's on night shifts. And I told him what had happened, and he said to me, you know, why'd you beat yourself up about things all the time? And I said, oh, I don't know, I'm silly. And he just texted me back, it's only a bit of piss on the floor. And he's right, in the grand scheme of things, it is only a bit of piss on the floor. And it can be cleaned up. And that's what he does every time, like, something little will happen, and I'll just build it up and build it up and build it up in my mind. And he'll come home and he'll say one thing and just completely put it all into perspective for me. He's just, yeah, what a man. So, tomorrow's another day. Both the girls are in bed now, fast asleep. I'm already thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow with the potty training, because I've got to go out to gymnastics with my eldest, take my youngest with me. She's going to be in a pull-up for that. And then we've got to go shopping, so she'll stay in a pull-up. So then, I don't know. I don't want to risk putting her in knickers when we're out, because it's early days yet. And she's more likely to have accidents till she's got used to it a bit more. I have got a travel potty that we keep in the car. I'll have to think about what I'm going to do. Hopefully tomorrow will be a more successful day. Hi all. So it's Sunday. Haven't even brushed my hair today, as it's Sunday. I've had a shower, cleaned my teeth, washed my face as best I can, avoiding the brow area, as I've had them tattooed. If you've seen my other posts, you'll know that. So, potty training. Had a bit of a down day a couple of days ago, because I'd been to work for 2 days, and all of a sudden Munchkin number 2 seemed to grasp it when Daddy was home and I was at work. And then I had my first day off, and she went right back to weeing everywhere, not going in the potty, and I just felt like a complete failure. But yesterday she picked up again a bit. We were out for most of the morning again, so she was in a pull-up for most of the morning. But I took a potty with me because we went to my mum's. I kept putting her on it. She didn't do anything on it, but I kept her in the pull-up. And then got her home. She did a wee on the potty at home, and then she did the same thing that she has been doing, where she sits on it, doesn't wee, and then a couple of minutes later she wets herself. So had to clean the carpet yesterday twice, but she still did one in the potty, so that was good. That, you know, that wasn't as bad as the other day. And then today I've put her on the potty about every 10 minutes all morning, and she's not done anything on it. I've sat next to her because she wants me to sit with her, and she stays on it a bit longer if I sit with her, and she's more likely to relax if I'm just sitting there. So I've sat with her, I've given her a treat while she's been on the potty, I've given her something to do while she's been on the potty, and she's been sitting on it for a long time, you know. Each time, you know, she's not just sitting on it and getting back off again, and each time there's nothing. So the longer we got doing that, the further on it got, the further I'm thinking she's going to wee herself in a minute. She's going to wee herself in a minute. So I started putting her on it more frequently. Nothing. And we were just about to do like a crafting activity and sit her in her chair. So I thought, well, she's going to be sitting there relaxing, doing a crafting thing. She's going to wee herself. So I put her on it again, one more time, nothing. Sat her on the chair, and I put a towel down in case she weed. She didn't wee on it. She got off after the crafting activity, walked round the corner, and then... I don't believe this. Not only... so I've got to laugh. I have got to laugh because I think I will cry. Not only did she wee herself... but she... I've got to compose myself. Not only did she wee herself, but she slipped over in it and landed on the floor outside the kitchen. So Mummy has to go out and clean it up. She's weed on the floor, on the tiled floor, which is what she slipped on, and on the mat that we wipe our shoes on when we walk in the front door. So she's managed to get 2 different areas in one go, one fell swoop. So I've had to clean the mat with fabric cleaner, upholstery cleaner, carpet cleaner, and then clean the floor with like a anti-bac spray and kitchen roll. And then, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, she came and stood next to me and gave me a fanfare while I was doing it. Yes, clapping her hands. Yeah, well done, Mummy, for cleaning up my wee-wee. So that's how the morning's gone. I have to literally laugh because I would cry. I'm almost at breaking point with it all now. I'm like, oh, how could it be so hard? I don't remember it being this hard with my eldest. She must have had accidents. She did have accidents. Oh, she's like 4, she'll be 5 in July. And it just seems so long ago. This has got to be the hardest phase to get through. I thought weaning was bad, but potty training, this has got to be the most frustrating, hardest thing to do, to get through, I think. And it's so hard to not show your frustrations. You've got to keep encouraging them and be like, oh, never mind, you're trying really hard, we'll try and go on the potty next time. When inside you're like, I've just sat you on the potty. But you've got to keep that inwardly. You've got to keep it pushed deep down inside. And yeah, so she's had her lunch now. She's in a pull-up and she's in bed asleep. So I'm just having a little breather, calming myself down. And I'm going to tackle it again this afternoon. So for now, farewell, my friends. She's managed to get 2 surfaces in one go here. The mat by the front door, so I'll have to use carpet cleaner on that. And the tiles, so I'll use anti-bac spray and kitchen roll. She's been changed, she's got clean knickers on. And that's it. You gonna go sit on the potty? You gonna go sit on the potty? You gonna go sit on the potty? Go on, you gonna go sit on the potty? You gonna go sit on the potty? Go on, go sit on the potty, big girl. And you get another sticker. Do you want a sticker? Evening all, hope you're having a good evening and you've had a good Sunday. The kids are all tucked up in bed now. Hubby's gone to work, he went out at tea time. So I saw him for an hour before he went to work, which is usual. Quickly handed over that I've been cleaning up wee all day, and he just kind of said, yeah, well, she's learning and, you know, give her time. So tomorrow it will be a week since we started. But in other news, better news, we managed to catch a poo on the potty tonight. I put her on the toilet before bath as I was running the bath, and she strained a bit, and I was like, oh yeah, well done, good girl, good girl. And she didn't like it, and she asked to get off. And I thought, oh, that was a bit of an anticlimax. And even my eldest said, oh, mummy, you got really excited then. I was like, I did. I thought she was going to do a poo. So I just kept the bath running, and I was kind of putting the washing away. And she walked into the bedroom and she was straining. So I was like, oh, she's doing a poo, quick. So we all ran into the bathroom, got the potty out, and she didn't like it. She sat on it, but she did a poo. And she was crying. I was like, it's good, girl, well done. You've done really, really well. Giving her lots of hugs and things. And I got her up. She helped me tip it in the toilet and flush it away. She liked all of that. And then a couple of minutes later, she was straining again. So I put her back on it again. And again, she got upset, but she pooed in it again. And then she liked that she could tip it away, and she was kind of laughing, and she liked all of that. So that was really good. So now she's done a wee and a poo on the potty. So the potty training is going better today than it has been. Yesterday, so I went out straight after the school run. Picked up my light bulb and all that sort of thing. So she was in a pull-up for the beginning of the day, and then straight in knickers as soon as we got home. No wee-wees on the potty. Then we had craft club, so I took her to my mother-in-law's. She's just put the radio on. You put the radio on? She did a wee-wee at mother-in-law's house on the carpet. Nothing on the potty. So today we've gone out to the school run. She had a pull up for that. Brought her straight back home after the allotment. Straight on the potty. Nothing. Put her on it again 5 minutes later, and she weed on it at 9:30. So that's good. So that was just over an hour ago. So I'm going to pop her on it again. Yes, I'm going to be in and out all day. So I haven't done any housework at all. because I think I really need to be here for my daughter as she attempts to kick me in the face. Here for my daughter, because it seems to be when I am distracted and doing things like the housework and cooking and things like that, that's when she's having the accidents. So I feel like I've really got to be on top of it. I can't leave her, I can't go off and do anything, you know, because that's when these accidents are occurring, the weenies. So I've just really got to concentrate on that, confine myself to the house as much as I can. And hopefully we will get somewhere with it. So we've just had another wee on the potty, so that's really good. That's 2 wees this morning, much better than yesterday. I just kept putting her on it and putting her on it, and the day before that as well. Just kept putting her on it, and nothing, she just didn't do anything on it at all. So I'm really pleased we've got 2 wees in one morning in the space of an hour. So that's really good. And she called me, she pointed to it. She loves tipping it away with me, so we both carry it a side each, and we've tipped it all away, and she's flushed it all. So really hoping we're turning a corner now. Fingers crossed. Hi all, hope you've had a good day so far. It's lunchtime, we've hit the peak of the day. I just posted to say that I've been doing a bit of gardening today. I know, what a weirdo doing gardening in this weather, but it was nice to get out and have a bit of fresh air. Munchkin number 2 woke up just as I got back inside, so she's only really had about an hour's sleep. But she's still raring to go, so she's had some lunch now, as have I. I've had a quick cuppa, and I'm going to just get dinner ready for tonight. I think we're going to do homemade pizzas tonight, so I'm going to do my tomato sauce ready. Hello. Hello. Bic. Well, I didn't get very far with that. I'm back in the living room. I've been sitting with the Munchkin while she's been on the potty. She hasn't done any wee-wees on it, have you? Have you done the wee-wees yet? Have you done any wee-wees yet? And she keeps getting up and sitting on my lap. I keep asking her if she's tired and wants to go for another nap, and she keeps saying no. Do you want to go and have a little nap? No. Want to go and have a nap? No. Are you tired? So I'm going to make, well, I was going to make my pizza base. Still got time to make it. So I'm going to hopefully make that, and then do a double batch of tomato sauce. One for my pizza base and one for Friday. I'm going to make homemade pasta with the kids on Friday. So I thought, I was tossing up whether to do it today or Friday. Friday will probably be a better day because it's the last day of school, chilling out a bit. So tonight it'll be homemade pizza, and my eldest loves doing that, so I'm just going to make the dough, and then she can roll it all out when she gets home, and she's going to mix it up a little bit and put a bit of ham on it this time. She only ever has cheese and tomato, so that'll be interesting to put a bit of ham on it as well. So yeah, I better get cracking. She hasn't had a wee yet, so I'm like, if I leave her, is she going to wet herself? I keep putting her on the potty, no wees yet. I'm sitting her on the potty again. She's just got up, still nothing. Don't want to leave her because I know she's going to wee as soon as I leave. She hasn't done any wees yet. We've been She's just pulled her knickers up with both her legs through one hole, and it's like a waistband. So I've braved it, and I've gone and made my pizza base. So that's all ready. It's expanding as we speak, and halfway through I'd just finished kneading it, just about to clean up the flour, and she came in and she was pointing. She was like, "Mama," pointing to herself. I was like, "Oh, tell me you haven't weed." I was like, "Have you done a wee?" And she was nodding. I thought, "Oh no." So I followed her into the living room. I couldn't see any wee anywhere, and I said, "Oh, let's sit on the potty then." So I sat her on it for a couple of minutes, I suppose. And when she got up, I expected there to be nothing in there, but luckily, finally, there was a wee in it. So I've been putting her on the potty since lunchtime, since about 12:30, I suppose, probably. So, and that's the first time she's weed on it. So I just thought, oh, I'm not going to catch her. I was getting more and more wound up again, more and more frustrated, thinking I can't do it, and how can Daddy do it and I can't do it? And then I was just getting really just like overthinking it all again. But she's finally done it now, so that's good. And now it's time to go to the school run. So I'm going to put her in a pull-up for the school run, even though she's just been a wee. You never know, because if she wees on the car seat, I'm just going to have to take the whole thing apart and wash the whole car seat. So I'm going to put her in a pull-up for the school run, to put her back in knickers when we get home, and straight on the potty when we get home. Okay, so it's day 10 of the potty training where I've really been on it, and she is being consistent now. I caught her doing straining for a poo last night, so I popped her on the potty. She cried a little bit to start with when she saw the potty, but then when she sat on it, I was very calming. I sat next to her, told her everything was okay, and she calmed right down straight away. And she did a poo on it, so that was really good. So that's twice I've caught her now and managed to get her on the potty to poo. I had her out this morning shopping, so I had her in a pull-up for that, and then I put her straight back in knickers when I got her home. And she sat on it for a while, got off it, sat on it, got off it, and then eventually she did do a wee, which was good, because I thought, oh, I'm thinking, you know, when I take her out and put her in a pull-up, am I putting her back each time I do that? We've been out again this afternoon. We've had a play date after school, so she was in a pull-up for that, because I think it's still a bit too soon to expect her to be in knickers and playing and getting involved in playing and still, you know, not and be dry. I think it's a bit too soon to expect that, so I've kept her in a pull-up for that. So we've just got home now and it's bath time now, so I'm going to sit her on the potty before she has her bath. She's already had a poo today, so I'm not expecting any poos or anything, but she might do a wee. So I'm just going to keep up with that routine now of putting her on it regularly. So she is at least doing something on it now, so we're getting there. Okay, so we're just coming to the end of the second week of potty training, and she's had no accidents for about 4 days now. She's consistently going on the potty, and I'm getting used to the times where she actually needs a wee, rather than keep putting her on it in the hope to catch her. I'm used to the times when she actually is doing something on it, so I'm only putting her on it at those times now. And it seems to be working so far. So she's been in knickers again all day today. Put her on the potty around 10:30, 11ish, because that's when she seems to be going in the mornings. And quite quickly she did a wee. So that's really good. So I've just put her down for a nap now. And then I'm going off to work this afternoon. So Daddy's on duty, so he will carry on with the potty training this afternoon. But so far, yeah, about 4 days she's been without any accidents at all. So that's really good. So we've just come to the end of the second week. I haven't tried her outside of the house yet with knickers on. I've always put pull-ups on. Even last week I did the same, and because I thought it's too early to expect her to want to stop playing and need a wee. I think she's still not sure that she's getting the feeling that she needs a wee. She's not actually telling me she needs a wee. I'm just putting her on it at the right time. So I might try her with that next week. A friend of mine said you've got to kind of stay in for a week to get them used to it and then kind of try them. So if I do go out anywhere, if I know I'm only going out for a short while, I might try her with knickers. I'm not sure yet, so I might have to work up to that. So we are almost 3 weeks into the potty training, so Monday will be like 3 weeks. She's consistently been doing wees on the potty, no accidents, for about 6 days now, so nearly a week. So this is our first time we're going out, and I'm contemplating knickers while we're out. So I'm going to put her in a pull-up to start with while we travel in the car and everything. We've got to go over the allotment first, so It's a bit difficult over there, so I'm going to have her in a pull-up for that. And then I'm thinking about doing knickers while we're out. Woo. So in prep for that, I've packed 4 spare pairs of trousers, 4 spare pairs of knickers, 4 spare pairs of socks, and I've got pull-ups, which I always have in the changing bag anyway. We've got a travel potty that we keep in the car. We've still got that from when my eldest was potty training. So we've got everything we need. It's just making that step to finally do it. So when you're out, it's a bit trickier. You've got like extra things to think about. So you're out in public. So when you've got your potty, you've got to take her off to the toilet to use the potty. Make sure you're near a toilet a lot of the time so that you can quickly take her off to go. You've got at home, I just put her in knickers and obviously a top, but no trousers or socks, because it's easier just to clean up a pair of knickers than it is to clean up trousers, socks, knickers, you know, a couple of times if there are any accidents. So she's going to be fully dressed, so if she does have a wee, it'll be wet clothes that I'm taking off of her, so it's more of a clean up job for me. But I've got to do it at some stage. I can't keep putting it off. So sooner or later I'm going to have to face this and get her used to doing it while she's out and about, otherwise she's never going to get used to it. So I can't let my own kind of worries, I suppose, get in the way. It's not about me, it's about her learning how to use the toilet. So I've got to face this head on, I think. I'm erring on the side of doing it. I just need the confidence to do it. So I'm going to run it past hubby, see what he thinks. I've got everything ready to go in case we decide to do it, and we'll take it from there. I'll keep you posted. So we're nearing the end of week 3 of potty training, and she went over a week without any accidents at all. But then she had an accident a couple of days ago, and I think that was my fault really, because I've kind of stepped back a bit now. I kind of got a bit like, oh, she's not had any accidents, great. She's potty trained, woo! But I sent her to sit on the potty where I should have actually put her on the potty. I knew it was around about the time that she would need to go, because I'm used to the times that she actually does go now. And it was straight after tea. I was cleaning up the kitchen after dinner. So I just said, oh, go sit on the potty. And the next thing I knew, she'd wet her knickers. So I should have actually gone with her and put her on the potty and stayed with her, and then it would have gone in the potty. So that was my fault. And then the next day she had another little accident. And I think, I can't remember what happened. That wasn't long after she'd been on the potty, I think. So she's had a couple of accidents within the last week. But she went for over a week without anything. So I've really still got to keep on top of it, keep putting her on it, keep reminding her, and not get complacent, which is what I think I did. So the potty training is going really well now. We're well into week 6 of it. So we had a little bit of a regression where I think that was about week 3, where she'd done really well. She'd gone over a week without any accidents, and then I was kind of like, yay, she's potty trained, and I kind of took my eye off the ball a bit, and we had a few accidents, but we got straight back on it again, physically putting her on it rather than saying, oh, go and sit on the potty, and expecting her to do it. And she's been brilliant ever since. We've had the odd accident, but nothing like it was in the beginning. And then just over a week ago, I started taking the travel potty out with us, because I've not tested her out yet. So I did that. I kept her in a pull-up, but just kept putting her on the potty. And she didn't go on it. She didn't do anything on it. She sat on it, but didn't do any wheeze or poos or anything on it for the first 2 times that I took her out. And then 2 days ago, I was out on a play date. I'd taken her to the toilet with the potty. She'd sat on it, not done anything. And then all of a sudden, she came up to me and she wanted to go on it. She was like, wee, 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 wee. So I got the potty out there and then, and she did a poo on it. So I was really surprised at that. I was like, oh. So that was really good. So she asked to go on it and did a poo on it. And then just now today, we've taken her over to the allotment. I've kept her in knickers today rather than in a pull-up. So we tried for a wee before we left. She sat on the potty, didn't do a wee. We went over there and then she said, wee wee. I said, oh, do you need to do a wee wee? Opened the travel potty, she sat on it and did a wee wee straight away. So that's excellent progress, really good. She had no accidents over there. So that was really good. The only thing she did do when she came back, I think again that was my fault. I said, go and sit on the potty. She didn't sit on it and then she had an accident. So I think I should have physically put her on it. So even though she's doing really well, we've still got to keep on top of it. We can't just become complacent and think, oh, she's mastered it now. She is being more independent with it though, and she is sometimes putting herself on it. And I'm finding now, when I'm putting her on it, she's going more or less straight away every time, so that's good. So even though she's still having the odd accident, she's telling us when she needs to go, which is a really good step in the right direction. So she's aware of when she feels that she needs to go, which is really, really good. That's happened quite quickly. And tonight she knew she was going. She kind of had a little bit of an accident and she was like, oh, wee, 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 wee. So I got the potty out and she did a really big one on the potty. So she's stopped herself going and then did the rest on the potty, where normally when she does an accident, she'll just go and that's it. And I do always sit her on the potty afterwards to kind of reinforce that's what you need to do. And she never does anything on it. So that was a good step as well, that she must have felt that she was going and stopped herself so that she could finish it off on the potty. So she's making all the right moves in the right direction. So yeah, we're kind of well into our 6th week of it. And I'm quietly confident that she is. It's just the odd accident now that she has. So it's just persevering with it now. So the potty training is going from strength to strength now. We're into week 7. And she's regularly asking to go on the potty, and she's doing something every time she goes on it, so that's really good. We went out today for lunch for my sister's birthday. She asked to go on the potty 3 times, and out of those 3 times she went twice. So the 3rd time she didn't go, but it was very close to the time before, so I don't know whether that was a bit of a novelty factor, that we were taking her off to the toilet and putting her on the potty, and she just kind of liked that process. But 2 out of 3 is really good, and the fact that she's actually asking is a good sign that she's telling me that she needs to go, so she's getting that sensation that she knows she needs to go. So that's really good. So kind of just summing it up really, it took really a week for her to grasp it. And then after that, she went over a week without any accidents at all, once she knew what she had to do on it. So really it's the first week's the hardest, I think, where they get into grips with what they've actually got to do on it. And then the rest of it's kind of reminding them and keeping up with it and just kind of reinforcing it when there is an accident. Just kind of sit them on it straight away. Or, don't worry, just finish it off in the potty kind of thing. Which I have been doing all the way through. And then, as I said, I think in an earlier video, the other night, she started weeing. She had an accident, started to have an accident. She said, wee, 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 potty, potty. So I put her on the potty, and then she did a really big wee on the potty. So she'd actually stopped herself from weeing, which is a really good sign. Normally, she would just have an accident and just carry on weeing, and then I'd put her on the potty and then she'd do no more. So that's good that she's gaining control of that, as well as feeling that she needs to go and feeling and telling me that she wants to go on it. So yeah, it's just, I think the rest of it is just reinforcing it really and just being consistent with it. So I'm glad we're at the other side. There were a lot of highs and a lot of lows along the way. But I think it's safe to say, I don't want to say she's fully trained, because it's a work in progress really. It's an ongoing thing. But she's brilliant. Today she was absolutely amazing, asking to go on it and going, and she went on the potty and on a toilet as well today, with just like a child's toilet seat on top. and she went on both. She weed on both. So she's just, yeah, I would like to say she's trained, but I don't want to risk it. But yes, I think we're kind of there really with it. We're there. We just got to maintain it now. Just be consistent. Okay, so just a quick update on the potty training. I'm just sitting in the car while Daddy's in the shop. Both the Munchkins are asleep in the back. So yesterday I went on a play date and Munchkin number 2 was in knickers the whole time. She asked to go on the potty for wheeze. She did wheeze on the travel potty, so that was really good. And no accidents in the car, no accidents while we were out. I didn't intentionally plan to put her in knickers for the whole day. She was in knickers in the morning whilst I was kind of doing my bits and pieces, getting ready for our play date, but I forgot to put her in a pull-up before I went out. So usually what I do is put her in a pull-up to go out in the car or overnight, but I completely forgot. And I even said, right, I will put a pull-up on before we go out, because she hadn't done a wee on the potty before we went. She sat on it but didn't do anything. So I said, oh, I'll have to put a pull-up on then. And then just got everything ready and forgot to put it on. So that's really good that she didn't wee in the car. On the way to our play date, which is a 20-minute journey, all the time we were out, she asked to go on the potty and used it and did wheeze on it. And then all the way home, she didn't wee in the car either. So that was really good that she did that. So she's just going from strength to strength with it all now. It's really good. I think she's trained. Woohoo! So one last post about the potty training. For the last 5 days, she has been in knickers all the time. The only time I've been putting her in a pull-up is when she's asleep. So nap time and bedtime. And the rest of the time she's been in knickers the whole time, going out, in the car, everything. I haven't been putting her into a pull-up to go in the car or anything. And she's had 1 accident in that time, since I've been doing that. So that's really good. And the accident she had was at home, and she was getting on the potty at the time, and she just didn't get to it in time. So she's telling us when she needs to go. She's going on her own as well. It's the only time she's really telling me now is if she's having trouble getting her trousers down, and she'll call me for help. But apart from that, she's going on her own now. So I think it's safe to say she's trained. So altogether, it's been about 8 weeks since we started the whole process. And I'd say to get to the stage where she's wearing knickers the whole time, in the car, going out all the time, only having a pull-up on to sleep, that's taken about 7 weeks, because we're about 5 days into that now. But then that could just be me not going that next step sooner, through fear of her wetting in the car and things like that. So she possibly was ready to do that before, but I'd say about a week to actually get to grips with it, and then the rest of it is just maintenance, really. So that's our potty training highs and lows. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm glad we're at the end of it now. Let's just say that.